Hello, good morning, and welcome to a morning grind stream on my Floramancer world. How's everyone doing this morning? If you haven't been here before, the morning grind is a 1-hour stream where I try to get something done before I start my work day. So, yeah, I noticed there's some living rock missing there. So, I have done a little bit of funness here that I'm going to show you. As you can see, we still really don't have a whole lot of mana coming in compared to going out. That might just be how balanced or not balanced things are. We do have a chorus fruit issue again. As you can see, there is absolutely no chorus fruit, and there's absolutely no popped chorus fruit, and the farm stopped running, and yeah, all that great stuff. So, that's the way that's going at the moment. While that happened, I was working on the Dandelifeon, and I have that, I believe, working. So that's the exciting thing I'm gonna show you today. I did, for the most part, copy somebody else's setup on YouTube for this exact layout for setting up the mana. I did change things around a little bit because they had all of their redstone around the flower, and you know I have mine underground. I didn't want to have to see it. There is a little bit here. As you can see, I've got an Corporea interceptor up here, and that is because I am running the flower this way. And I'm going to try and show you how it's set up. So down here, I've torn out all that was here and then changed the others to random carpets. It was a lot easier than doing all the red stringed dispensers. Whoa. Okay, so what we've got going on here, let's start with, here are the cellular blocks. These are funnels. One is set for 2 and one is set for 4. So because there's 6 up there. And because there's no containers for it to place into, it just bounces up on top here. They just get popped up on top of the funnels. The Ranencarpus can see them and places them on top of the pink petal blocks, okay? And then it comes around, it's got a timer, a delay timer for the Ranencarpus to place the blocks. And then this redstone bit right here would be in the YouTube version where the Dandelifeon would be. This redstone block gives the flower the redstone power to run the game. So that's what this part is for. And I took the signal. This is the signal that came in. It was just a regular block. I converted it to a funnel, gave it a different network. This is the purple or magenta network. I can't remember which one. So I have the master spark for that here. And just stuck a lever in a item frame. Clearly there's nothing in this network. So what happens, if you haven't watched some of my other wireless redstone, is that the funnel requests a lever from the purple network. Since there isn't one, the interceptor up there sends a 2-tick redstone signal. And essentially what you use an interceptor for is then to request what's missing from the network. But in this case, we're using it to just use the redstone and fire a sticky piston to pull the block redstone up and down. So that's what that is up here. And that will run the flower. Okay. And this is just on a regular timer. I took out the detecting mana part. So we'll just set up the hourglass for how long it needs to run, which I believe it's just over a minute to run the game. And in the video, if they were on the overgrowth blocks, it cut it by almost half. Now, I don't have any overgrowth seeds. So we're going to run it at 2 minutes. That'll give it a gap in time. The challenge I see coming is that if we're running at 2 minutes, it's going to run approximately 30 times in an hour, which means we need to make sure we have enough cellular block supplies to run it for that long. So that's going to be a challenge because I've been running just tiny farms for carrots and beets since I haven't needed them at all. But I'm going to go grab some sand for this hourglass, and we have this running, so this will just be for the 1 hour timer. We're just going to do it the once, I think, to see how it goes. So for 2 minutes, we need 2 soul sand in that timer. I don't know why I came all the way back here for this. I always forget that I have one right outside that door. Yeah. Okay, so in 2 minutes this should trigger stuff. We'll pick you up because we won't need you anymore. And this will of course be 60 soul sand in order to run the 1 hour timer. Probably don't need a repeater into this block. It probably could just be redstone, but that's fine too. And are you close? You might not be close enough to 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be fine without mana source. So in 2 minutes, the first thing that'll happen is should pull this redstone up and then place blocks and then push the redstone back down. I'm pretty sure. I think I tested this. It's been a couple of days. So that's the hope. Looks like we have just under a minute left. Okay, let's go up there. And we'll see if it goes. Cross your fingers. There it goes. So the games are running. Make some really pretty designs. It's almost done. There it is. That's completed its game, and then it'll just do it again after the 2-minute timer is done. And there's our amount of mana. I I think that's a couple of times that it has run, but still, that's pretty darn good. So yeah, the next thing we need to do once it goes here, we need to send this mana that way. And I haven't set any of that up yet. So we're going to use the mana pumps on the mana on rails type of wireless method that I've been using for input. We're going to need to send it up a little bit and that direction towards the mob farm here so that it will fill up the mana pools that are behind there. This one's probably empty. The ones back here, we're going to need it to come by this one, I think, is the one that'll reach all of those. Yeah. So we need to come within proximity of this one so that it will fill this one up. Then, since this is all dominant sparks, it should fill all those. And then the next one is not that far away, but it's that direction. If we go into spectator mode, let's see. Yep, it's right there. So we need to go from there and we need to bring it up and over and connect it to this line, and anything left over from filling up all of these mana pools, which the Enderman one is pretty empty and we're getting low on Ender Pearls. But yeah, so we fill all those up, and this one should probably be running. Very likely is. Anyway, yeah, so we need to get some coordinates so we know where this one is located, and come over here where the game is and come up and then over. So we'll come straight up first with one of the pump setups, and then we'll head this way for a single pool, and then this way for a pump. Might have to do a few to get it over here. This would be a decent spot to come through. So yeah, we need to do that to connect up the mana. All right. Did this run again? Oh, it's running again. So that is working for us. Yay! Let's switch back to survival. We're gonna check our advancements here. 27 out of 50, 20 out of 100, 26 out of 200. This is gonna take forever. 53 out of 100, 144 out of 200, 7 out of 50, 13 out of 100, and then this is the one we're currently running. So we have all of these running. This one is currently not running because we've got that problem with the getting enough mana into that pool to make chorus flowers. That's a known issue with my setup, not with the way the flower runs. It is mana positive. It's just the way I have my base set up. It's hard to keep that mana pool full of mana. That's the problem. It's me. I did it so that it's hard to do. So yeah. But this is running. And it works, and we get a decent amount of mana in here, and we should eventually be able to get that sent that direction. At first it will get all used up from the mana from the mob spawners, because there's a couple of mana pools there that are empty. But yeah, I'm so happy with this. Now, this spreader right here, you would think that it's in the way of the game, but there used to be one of the terracotta blocks there. So I just replaced one of these blocks that I have as a part of the game. Just replaced it with a mana spreader. See, look at that. We're already at almost a quarter of a mana pool, and we've only run this probably 3 times. So that's exciting. Very, very exciting. Yay! Let's see where other places might be broken. Because I was working on the Dandelifeon, I didn't watch anything else. This all looks to be okay. Alright. Then over here, that's okay. So if we need 6 every 2 minutes, and that means we're gonna need 180 an hour. And cellular blocks need 1 of each to make 3, so we need 2 of each for 1 setup. We might be able to maintain that. I don't know, I don't think we'd have a stack an hour of carrots and beets. Don't think so. But everything else seems to be running okay here. Let's go see the flower. Set up over here. Everything looks to be okay here. Uh-oh. Are we out of water buckets or what happened? Yeah, we're out of buckets. Ugh, I hate when that happens. Where am I going? We're out of iron. Well, that's a bigger problem. That's a very big problem. You can definitely tell I'm ready to be done with this world, though, with all the supply issues I've been finding. Do I have any over here? I have a little bit. I wish I knew where all the buckets were disappearing, despawning to. Because that's just very frustrating. Yeah. Has this recouped any mana? A tiny amount, and it shouldn't be making any because I didn't have any. Yeah, it's so frustrating that I have this set up so that it's so poorly done. And I wonder if moving it would help. I'd have to move it to like here so that it gets more mana closer to the mana line. I don't know. Move it to where the string is, and it would have access to this one and this one. So that's a thought. Or even here. Just trying to think about moving it to an air one, swapping one that doesn't need as much. Yeah. Anyway, that's so frustrating. Are we on mushrooms? I haven't checked this in a long time. Oh, we're fine. I've rarely ever, I think I've had to run this once or twice. And that's it. I should have probably made these mana pools the diluted variety. This is a lot of mana to be sitting here, not being used. That's a thought. And then up here, we know that this isn't running because it ran out of flowers. Yeah. So, let's get some flowers. Alright. Woo! So, in my opinion, this pack is pretty much done. I am pretty much done with everything I wanted to get done in the pack. I wanted to automate all the flowers and learn the redstone required. I have done that. All the flowers can run. I just have some supply issues and some mana issues. That's all things that, you know, I can either work through or deal with in other ways, and that just means making larger setups or more efficient setups. I could continue playing this pack for the next, what, 30-40 hours it would take to get the mana amount to actually officially finish the game, you know, the pack, by getting all of the mana pools. It would take me a very, very long time to do that, and most it would be just watching things run and babysitting things. So, yeah, not so keen on that. See, all these guys have died. I wonder if my flower setup was more broken than I thought. Do these all have petals? No. Okay. You're still, I wonder if I've got that problem that I had for a while ago, and it's actually, no, that's not the problem. Well, okay. Oh, this is still the problem. There are no water buckets. Oh, you know what? With no buckets being a problem, that also means like we ran out of milk buckets and ran out of, I'm just so, yeah, we're in bigger problems. All iron. Hello, slime. Well, here's the deal, folks. I think we're done with the pack. You've seen the Dandelifeon, it can work, and I just would need to run around and get iron and fix that problem. And I know we're almost out of diamonds, we need to fix that problem, and it's just a cascading supply problem right now. And I don't feel like fixing it at the moment. So there will be a download of this pack, and you're welcome to fix all my problems. Not afraid of that at all. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here for today, and that will be the end of Floramancer as well. So I hope you enjoyed. I did enjoy playing with all the flowers and learning all that I could about Redstone and Botania. So I will see you back here tomorrow morning for some Enigmatica 2. So I'll catch you back then. Take care, folks. Bye.